Hello, hello, hello. This is Patrice Williams. Oh my goodness, I am so excited about today's forum. I almost didn't sleep well last night thinking about today's forum. Women's Entrepreneurship Virtual Forum, Resiliency through COVID-19 and beyond. I have some really special guests. They are, a few of them a good friend of mine, and one, I want to make her a good friend of mine. So without further ado, let me bring on my special guests. We have Brenda Knight. Hello, Brenda.
Good morning.
Yay. Let's see. We have Melinda Lee.
Hello, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. And we have Nanci. Nanci, is your last name pronounced Pigeon?
Yes, Pigeon, just like the bird.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm going to bring up the chat right now so that you all can see it. As you know, with these shows, for our audience watching, if you're live and watching, you can ask questions in the chat. The chat is interactive. Myself and my guests we can all see your chat responses. And we have a question for you right off the bat. If you are a woman business owner, we want you to say hello in the chat. We want you to say your business name and your business contact information and the type of business. Anything else we want to add? Yes, Melinda, Brenda, Nanci, do we want them to add anything else?
It'd be great to say where they're from, which area.
Yeah. Brenda wants to know where you're from. So put that in there too.
Yeah.
Put that in there too.
Type of business. That's good.
Yeah. So you all do that. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my first guest up first. Each guest, I'm going to introduce you, and I'm going to then you give us 7-10 minutes about your topic area that we kind of talked about already. How's that?
That sounds great.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to put Melinda and Nanci, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. You're going to see the show from the background. I just wanted to see you all and to know that you were coming up next. And Brenda, you're going to be first, okay?
Sounds great.
Okay, awesome. So Brenda Knight, CEO of Brenda Knight Events, is the founder of Ladies in Red. Brenda Knight is the founder of Ladies in Red, a women's empowerment group that provides motivation, education, inspiration to women as tools to live and love life. Ladies in Red started with 30 women coming together to empower one another. 25 years later, more than 1,000 women have been touched by the organization. The age demographics currently for Ladies in Red are 45%, 70 to 85 years old plus, 50% is ages 50 to 70, and 5% is below the age of 50. Brenda Knight Events is the official event planner for Ladies in Red, providing a safe travel environment regardless of age. Wheelchairs, walkers, canes, motor scooters do not stop the ladies from enjoying a wonderful U.S. destination. The services she has provided to the Ladies in Red has presented her numerous recognitions, awards, resolutions of honor from city, county, and state governments. Ms. Knight was designated as Oakland's Woman of the Year, a recipient of the CBS Channel 5 Jefferson Award, a former honorary commander for Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, and is the recipient of Church Girl Champion Award. Her work with the Ladies in Red has been featured in articles of the Sacramento Bee, the Vallejo Times-Herald, the Oakland Tribune, the Oakland Post, the Central Valley Voice, the San Francisco Chronicle. Napa Valley Register, the American Canyon Eagle, all newspapers. Brenda Knight is proof that education is a lifelong learning experience. At the age of 50, she graduated with honors from Laney Community College with an Associate of Arts degree in Social Science. She continues her education at St. Mary's College, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Management, and was the commencement speaker for her own graduation. Brenda has been married to Harvey for 48 years, has 3 sons and 8 grandchildren. While I was reading that, I was getting chills, Brenda.
I was getting chills myself. I loved it. It was like, oh, that's right. That's me.
That is you. That is you and so much more. You are such, I'm honored to know you, honored to be your friend. You have inspired me through your work, working as a trustee, and as your work with Ladies in Red, and I was honored to attend and receive an award a few years ago, and to see Women's in Red in on pictures is a whole different thing than seeing those ladies in person. It is powerful.
Thank you. Yes,
So,
yes.
when we thought about Lisa and I, and by the way, Lisa and I met at the Women's in Red empowerment event, and she's now my executive assistant.
How
And
about
we
that?
met
I
for the
love it.
first time
Yes.
right there. Yes. And so when Lisa and I were brainstorming this event, and by the way, the event started because Wednesday, we found out that the next day was women. My another teammate, Raul, said women's empowerment, entrepreneurship is the next day. What can you do? And I said, in 24 hours, nothing, but but we can do something by Friday for sure. I'm sorry, by Monday for sure. And we started calling you guys, and you guys said, I'm in. And so when I thought about women's entrepreneurship, and we thought of the theme, resiliency through COVID and beyond, you are who we thought of. You started your business, Ladies in Red, from, what was it, 25?
Yes. Next year will be 25 years. Wow. And
That's
it's
amazing.
so amazing.
Tell us what inspired you, how you started it, and what it ended up being.
Well, in the beginning, it started with me. I didn't put in my bio the information about how I served in community college level in the political arena. But during that time, I was able to meet so many fantastic speakers and educated people and attend so many wonderful functions. And I was thinking about all the ladies around me. I said, wow, I wish they had this opportunity, that they could also enjoy this and also have the opportunity to meet the people. And I said, well, what if I brought a group together and provide that to them? Because all these years of serving, I had the contacts, I could bring the people out. And so I just wanted to provide that so women could also, who was not in the political arena, could still feel like they were on top of the world and they were living and loving life as well. And so that's how I started, and only had 30 people at the time. And I want to tell you this before I forget it. In the beginning, it took me 5 years to get past 100 people. Every year, my goal was to have 100 women to attend the annual luncheon for Ladies in Red. 5 years, I could not get it. On the 5th anniversary, we actually had 99 people, and I had to call somebody and ask them, please come so I can have 100. So that's how it got started. And then all of a sudden, the years went by, and because this is my purpose in life, and is also my passion, I just began to grow and add and bring in speakers and entertainment, and the ladies just had a really good time. Because for women, what we need to learn is that we need to learn how to live and love life, because we do too much. We give too much. We are a lot of things daily to our families. And so that's why it's so important that we learn how to take care of ourselves and know it's okay to live and love life. Because while you're living and loving life, you are creating memories. And during this pandemic, the ladies in red, what they do is they pull out one of those videos. They look at the videos, they look at their memory books, and they are having the best time ever. But as a business owner, during the pandemic, that's a whole nother story, Patrice. You're talking about resiliency. Oh my goodness. I think I want to just go into that, because that's the part that I'm also experiencing right now. Yeah. Because you have to really learn how to adjust when there is some type of adversity that you have no control over. And right now, this pandemic, we have no control over it, but it affects our business. And so the important thing that we have to do is have that ability within ourselves to prepare to recover our business. And if you are an entrepreneur and you work from the beginning through now, during this pandemic, you have a lot of skills that you need to start honing in on right now, because you have to prepare to adjust to this adversity. And the thing is, one of the things that we have to do, we have to know what it is. It, that 2-letter word, is such a big thing. But you have to call it by its name. And right now, it is COVID. And COVID is just taking over those of us who are entrepreneurs. It's literally almost stopped our business. And we had to get in a creative mode to try to figure out, okay, so if I can't get out, if I can't have events, if I can't bring people together, what is the next best thing I can do? 25 years ago, we didn't have media like this. So therefore, maybe that's a time for you to start getting creative. And the important thing for an entrepreneur, a person who is over their own business, you have to know how to protect your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because when you allow things to take over during the time, like now with the pandemic and the COVID, if your mind is messed up, you can't think. You can't get creative. You can't even plan. And if it affects your body, and then once your body get affected because your mind is not accustomed to doing the things that it was accustomed to, it begins to shut down on you. And you can't move, and you start feeling bad, and you can't provide those services that you are normally accustomed to giving to people. And then it breaks your spirit. And if you can't be upbeat for your business, you're not able to convince others that your business is what they still need to be a part of. So during this time, you have to have your bounce back plan. You got to know what it is. You got to know what you need to do. And you got to use this time to wherever your strengths are, you make those strengths better. Work on those. Because you know what I'm doing right now? I'm planning for when COVID is over. I can't travel right now, but in 2022, I have so many trips that I'm looking at for planning. I'm using all of next year for planning, getting it together, meeting the people. As I watch MSNBC and CNN on TV, I make notes of names of people I want to meet and take my ladies in red to when we get there. So as an entrepreneur, you can never give up. You can never stop. You got to be constantly building those positive relationships. You got to be flexible. You got to sharpen your strength. And you got to just know that this is all temporarily. Because if you don't know within yourself, from your mind, your body, and spirit, that this is something that's not going to last forever, and you got to have your business ready to bounce back and be ready and better than it was before, then maybe you need to think about doing something a little different. But if your business is your purpose in life and it is your passion, you never, ever give up. You keep working. And I better stop there, Patrice, because once I get to talking about resiliency in business, I can go on and on.
Oh my goodness. You gave us so many nuggets. While you were talking, I was busy trying to type as fast as you were speaking. And I think some of our chats have disappeared, but that's okay. We there's a little technical glitch, but that's okay. I did notice that Tamari, some of our chats, I think because so many were loading up at once, some of our chats disappeared. Tamari, re-enter your business information. I saw that you had entered it. I didn't memorize it though, so I don't remember it. So I want you to retype it. Also, the other ladies, if you've entered in your information, please re-enter it. We're going to need that information. We're going to be shouting out your business and giving you some business advice with some of our other guests. So I tell you, so Brenda, I tell you, you gave us so many nuggets. And even though I don't see them in the chat right now, I was able to put them up on the screen. So as we replay, people will be able to revisit those pop-ups and see those bubble pop-ups of your advice, because all of those, you gave us so many powerful nuggets. And what I really loved is what we should do right now. We should be reimagining our business right now, what it will look like through COVID. I tell you, another thing that really grabbed me is, because I know I'm feeling this way, like Thanksgiving, this is the first Thanksgiving where we don't have this big, Thanksgiving event. And I was telling my best friend, Monique Hunt, I told her, and she usually, she's a family friend that is a family. And I said, what's keeping me is those memories and those laughs of previous years. Because, oh my goodness, we would laugh and take pictures and talk about all types of stuff. And those memories are like sustaining me now. And when you said that's what you told the ladies, let those memories sustain you, because I know y'all were laughing, because I saw some of those pictures of y'all traveling to Washington, D.C. and all those places. And I'm looking at wheelchairs and motor carts, and y'all were cracking up laughing.
And for our seniors, many times they may not have that opportunity to get out for several reasons. Because they think they're in that wheelchair, so they can't go. They're on a walker, so they can't go. They're constantly making excuses. But with Ladies in Red, we all are like that. And so I carry a cane with me when I go, because I never know when my knee gonna go out on me. But we get together, we enjoy those things. And when I'm planning, I always let people know. I have an older group. We are a mature group. And we have a few challenges, so they prepare for us. And it is the most wonderful thing to have 100 women going places, and they may be in a walker, they in a scooter with canes, and to see them having the best time ever, not slowing down, just living and loving life.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. On our chat is feeding back up. And I see that Dr. Lily says having a bounce back plan is critical to the personal level and professional level, to both. We need a bounce back plan for both. Yes. We're going to have some businesses that had entered their information. We're gonna go over that when we get to Melinda, our next guest. But also I saw another note in the chat for you. Empower Solano, that's one of my platforms, said fantastic advice. And I thought I saw another one for you too. That might have been one of the ones we lost. I think we lost some of those, but that's okay, because we know that you are amazing. Will you stick around for us?
Of course.
All right. Well, if there's any other questions for Miss Brenda Knight, my good friend, my inspiration, one of my mentors. You put your question in the chat. In the meantime, we're going to bring up our next guest, and you're not going to go away. You said, right?
No, I'll be right here.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room so you can watch the show. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. That was fantastic.
Oh my goodness. That Brenda Knight.
Yes. She's on fire. Go with
She's
the red.
always on fire.
Yes.
Like I just call her, and she'll fire you up just the same way. She's
Yeah.
inspiration no matter what.
Some Brenda in my life every day would be excellent.
Oh, we have to send you her phone.
We'll have to.
But now I want to tell everyone about you, Melinda Lee. Let's see, and I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna let people. Hold on. We're having some technical things glitches today, but we're just gonna work with it. There we go.
Okay.
We're gonna put you front and center while I talk about you.
Great.
So Melinda Lee was born and raised in San Francisco. Melinda Lee is a national speaker and a successful entrepreneur. She holds an MA in organizational philosophy, and is an insights practitioner, and is certified in learning, business performance, as well as conflict resolution. For over a decade, Melinda has researched and studied the state of flow and has used it as a proven technique to help small and medium business owners increase revenue, achieve next level results. With her flagship Speak and Flow program, she has successfully helped entrepreneurs and aspiring leaders amplify their voices, access flow, and present their business mission in a more powerful way. She has worked with executives and teams from Facebook, Google, Microsoft, is it VMware?
VMware.
Intuit, BART, US Navy, Army Corps of Engineers, and more. I'm going to add myself to the list. You help me.
Thank you. It was an honor. It was such a pleasure to help you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I knew when we were talking about resiliency, your name came up because like many of us, my business changed during COVID. So I needed to catch up my website. I needed to catch up my pitch to really match what I did now. And you're so good at what you do. You were able to focus me within a few minutes and start getting me thinking about, because I did pick up a few contracts through COVID, but you're like, okay, but you need to give me your pitch. You need to give it to me in a very powerful way. And you helped me through that. And when I thought about this show, I said, I want her on this show so you can give our audience some insight in how to pivot through COVID through their pitch.
Yeah, no, this is an excellent question. If you think about the landscape right now, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of complexity, and we're changing, we're pivoting. And sometimes we don't really take that time. There's not enough time, it feels like, to sit back and say, what is it that I'm really doing? Who is it that I'm here to serve? And what is a problem that I'm really trying to help solve, and being very crystal clear about it? Because as you know, as an entrepreneur, the thoughts that we have and what we say and speak, it manifests. It does happen. And so we want to be very clear the thoughts in our mind and the thoughts that we speak, and who it is that we're here to serve, and what is their challenge. Now, when you came to me, you had you had your presentation, you had your PowerPoints, very professional, very crystal clear. It is, I help people reach their clients. I'm the PR person to help them reach who they're looking for in these communities. And one thing that all I did was, hey, Patrice, what problem? What is that specific challenge? And really step back and think about what is their fear? What is it that they're challenged with? And do you remember what you said?
I don't remember what I said, but I remember that is the first time that I had been asked that.
Yeah.
So you made me stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was, writing notes, and because I was like, oh, I'm so prepared, I'm so organized.
You are.
So I was just ready to write notes. I wasn't really ready to think. And so the pain point that I help with my audience, and by the way, this is just the community that I serve in, and I like through Empower Solano, I like to everything I would learn, I want my community to know, so that we can all grow and thrive. But for through brand gov outreach, that is the company that we're talking about, and through that I said, you made me think, and I was like, I'm helping my clients reach the community in which they serve, and message directly to the community. And I meet the community where they are, whether it's encampments or food banks or events. We meet the community where they are to extend that message.
Right. And so you notice how that's a positive spin. I help my clients reach their communities. And so turn it around, but what is that challenge? What is that pain point? And just take a moment. So for example, I can say, I help leaders speak more confidently, with unshakable confidence, with more flow and ease. But I just want to help them to self-identify by actually just painting a story about the picture of the problem, the pain. I can say, I help leaders, entrepreneurs who are tired of being nervous in front of an audience, who are tired of these nervousness, the shaking, the heart racing, and just go down that challenge for just a moment, so they can feel that problem, so they can feel that you understand them, so they can feel that, hey, you're right here with me. Because a lot of times we come in with our solution and what we can help them do, and with storytelling, with any type of leading and seeding or guiding, we want to let them know that we understand them. We understand your pain. We understand your problem.
I wish I had met you about 4 years ago.
Well, because what happens is I believe that we are in our life and in our path for a reason. And so that feeling that they're feeling, you get it. And only you can help. You can be with them in that moment, in that time. And you've paid your way out. And so you want to let them know that I get it. I feel you. And so then what happened was, when I asked you that, then you were able to differentiate. What is it that you help them do? So what was that problem that you help your clients solve?
Well, I was thinking about the census when you asked me that question, because we just finished a project with the census. And so I'm sure I was engaged because we needed to reach hard to reach communities, and the pain area was they weren't reaching these communities. They were sending out general messages to the community, and we didn't find it personal, and we didn't see our why in completing the census locally. So I needed to localize the census. So their pain was their numbers were low.
Their numbers are low. Yeah. Numbers are low. They're losing time. Time is a big thing. You're losing money. You're unable to reach your clients. Your numbers are low. And then pausing after that and just being there with them. with your client when you're speaking, and then looking them in the eye and say, I get you. I understand that pain when you can't reach your clients, or when you're just doing so much and you're running out of time, you're running out of money. I get it. And then pausing with them.
Melinda, you make me want to hang out with you right now. Just stop the broadcast and start my business development calls.
Right. But oh, thank you. Let's do it. Let's do it, because we have people to help. That's really what it is about. There's people to help. And then once you're there with them, then we want to give our exact unique solution. What is your unique solution, and how do you do it uniquely?
Right. And that would be the next part that I would talk
yes.
about.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not until we go there with them first.
Right.
And say, we get you.
Whew. Okay. Let me go into the chat. You have me worked up. So let me try to calm
sorry,
down.
my computer paused for a second.
Oh, it did? It's
okay.
Perfect. How's it working? And if
there you go.
To come back in and out, no problem. I'll fill that space until you get back.
Okay, I'm good. I'm here.
So we have a few business owners that have posted and told us who they were. Dr. Lily Pulaski, founder of Elin Vital Research Group. She does personal research coaching and motivational speaker. She's based out of Benicia. We have Lori. Lori, don't let me say your last name. Cheatham Insurance Services. Let's see. She didn't tell us where she was, and I don't remember. Lori, I feel like I've met you before. She says she's in the East Bay, San Francisco. No, that's Lily. She's in East Bay, San Francisco Bay Area. Got it. And Tamari, thank you for reposting. We lost your stream of chat for a minute. And Tamari Richardson is Tilani Speaking Pros LLC, professional motivational speaker, certified mental health advocate, coach, and author. And she put her website address too. And she lives and operates her business in Vacaville. I also know that she wrote a book, and she also helps other people teach other people how to speak as well.
Yeah. And I see Dr. Lily. I love her pitch, her opening. And I want to also ask her, what is that? It's the positive spin to what she does. What are they losing by not finding a deeper sense of themselves? But what are they losing when they don't know where they come from and what they care about?
So what do you want her? Oh, so Lori's in Vallejo. Lori, I've met you before. I'm sure of it. For Lily, she says, I help people develop their deeper sense of self. Okay, where they come from and what they care about, and values that are important to them. Identify development is a critical step in finding meaning in life. So what was the advice?
What is a symptom? What is the symptom of that? Maybe they are not making the money that they need because they don't know who they are. What is that water cooler that they would tell you at the water cooler? They're not going to go to the water cooler and say, hey, I don't have a deep sense of myself. But they might go to the water cooler and say, I'm not making the money that I need. I'm not happy with my job. I'm not happy in my relationships. So I help maybe women entrepreneurs that are not happy with their relationships, or they don't know what their business is about because they don't have a deep sense of who they are, where they've come from. So being a little bit more specific about the water cooler challenge, what is it that the symptom, the outcome of not knowing who they are? What is their challenge that they would tell you to somebody? Is that?
I think I have it. So let me repeat it. So everybody, Mary Ellen Jones, certified life coach, Fairfield. Hi, Mary Ellen. So for Mary Ellen, Lori, my Aunt Sue is here. Aunt Sue said, this is good advice for relationships too. I like it. Dr. Lily, let's see, who else was here? Tamari. So the call to action right now, give what is, and Melinda, make sure I'm saying this right. So if you were going to meet your client at the water cooler,
Yep.
what worry?
What external challenge, what worry, what external challenge are they having in their life? It's likely something like, I'm not making enough money. My relationships are bad. I don't know. It's more of the external challenge. I don't have enough time. Everybody around me is constantly asking me for things.
Got it.
I don't know what to do in my business. These are all external challenges that is manifested because of something deeper.
I completely, you have a bunch of degrees and I completely get it now.
So I help speakers that are afraid of public speaking. That's the problem, the external problem. It's almost always because of deeper level challenges. Their fears from the past, their fears that they haven't addressed from in the past, that is manifesting in the present moment. And so what is that, the external problem that they're willing to share with us? I'm not writing a book. I'm not making money. I go back to money a lot because people have a lot of challenges with money. I don't have the best relationships, but that always usually comes from a deeper level. But usually when you say in the pitch, you want to call out the external problems first.
Yes.
Before bringing in your solution.
Okay, so call out the external problems first before, and we've got to master it, ladies. We've got to master it.
You don't have that much time. You want to let them know you get them. You're right where they're at.
Right.
Yeah.
So Lori Phillips Cheatham says, and she has the insurance services. She says, I help you protect and preserve your assets for long-term growth.
Yes. And what else happens if you don't do that? If they do not do that?
So you have to tap into that.
Yes.
If they don't protect and preserve. And now, would you also include COVID? Like, I would think we're faced with our fears. Like people are dying, people are getting sick. They need to have their life insurance in order. So is that the worry? The worry is, something could happen and I'm not prepared.
Yes.
That's that secret fear.
Yes.
Okay.
Something could happen and I'm not prepared. Or for that one, yes, my family will not be prepared. And if I don't do this now, what will happen to them?
Okay.
Something could happen to them. People are dying. Something could happen to me. And I don't want them to be unprepared. I don't want them to be worried about other things. As they're preparing for my funeral, I want them to focus on me and not have to worry about finances.
Right. And then that second part is what Lori says. Lori says her solution is, I help you to protect and preserve your assets for long term. You've got to deal with that external problem first, Lori, before you bring in that second. Is that right?
Yes. And this is what Dr. Lily did. I help entrepreneurs or whoever the target audience, your ideal clients, whoever that is, the sense of dissatisfaction and lack of focus. Bam. There you go.
That's it.
Yes. And lack in creativity to solving problems. Yes.
You've got it. You've got it, Dr. Lily.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. This is good.
Then you bring in your solution. Then you bring in your unique way of solving their problems.
Yes.
Yeah. And really, really believe in yourself. Believe that you do have a unique way of solving the problem. It's so specific, so unique. Because for you, Patrice, it was, you help with the communities that are hard to reach. That is unique. And bringing that in at the right time. And then they're like blown away. They're like, oh my gosh, you're the one that I've been looking for. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for solving my problems.
You have me fired up. I'm going to be making development calls on Tuesday.
And always it's just with heart. Really, it's just about how do we help people. That's
Right.
really having those conversations.
Right. Right. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think so. If anybody else has a question for Melinda, you going to stay with us for a little while longer?
Yes, I will be here.
You will.
It was a-
You could have easily said, "No, ma'am. Goodbye."
No, I love it. I love to support women. I love to support entrepreneurs and professionals.
This
It is
is
my
good.
duty.
This is good. So what I'm going to do is put you in the back room, and I'm going to
Okay.
bring up Nanci Pigeon. And then for everyone that's watching, you keep asking questions. I see a comment here for Miss Knight. I see Tamari's responding, and I think she's responding to you, Melinda. So before we go, let's just look at Tamari Richardson, because I don't want it to be a disjointed response. Tamari says, I think what has helped me to be successful is that I'm very transparent with my clients. I give them an example of what imperfection is. Wow.
Right.
Wow. I want them to be comfortable with mistakes, unsurety, and that it's okay, and that it's moving. Hold on. And then you can give them an outcome in your grasp and capability.
Yeah, exactly. She's right there with them. Tamari said, I get imperfection. Give them an example. And it's okay. Be comfortable with the mistakes, unsurety. That's okay. I love that. You're right there with your audience. You're right there with your clients.
Me too. I love that.
Yeah. And then after that, then you give them the outcome when they're ready. So a lot of times people don't want to hear your solution until they're ready.
Right. And when they see them, you get it. You're
right.
Responding. You can see them.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I'm gonna put you in the back room, in the waiting room, the virtual waiting room. I'm gonna bring up Nanci, and then we're gonna bring you back, okay, to close.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you. Hello, Nanci.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm going to put you, I'm going to highlight you, spotlight you.
Uh-oh.
I want everybody to.
Don't make my background bigger.
That's right. Let's see. Hold on. I am going to read your bio so people can know exactly who you are. Just give me a second. Nanci Pigeon. Nanci Pigeon has 21 years of experience in DoD and federal contracting as a leader and contracting officer. During her government career, Nanci made it in her mission to seek out and award contracts to small businesses. Thank you for that, Nanci.
Mm-hmm.
She spent the last year of her career as a small business specialist at the Bureau of, Reclamation?
Bureau of Reclamation.
Mm-hmm. Where she advised small businesses how to do business with the Bureau and the Bureau of the Department of Interior. Her commitment to helping small businesses achieve their government contracting goals inspired her to become a procurement specialist with the Norcal PTAC. Nanci has a BS in management from the Park University and an MS from the Air Force Institute of Technology in Strategic Purchasing. She is a certified federal contract offer manager through the National Contract Management Association, and she has a level 3 federal acquisition certification in contracting, which is the FAC-C. Yay! It's so good to meet you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you too. And thank you so much for having me here. Yeah, the first two speakers are just phenomenal.
Well, you're
So
phenomenal.
it's kind of hard to follow all that.
You know what? You are the perfect. You're the perfect balance because when I thought of resiliency, I was thinking, we better get for women's businesses specifically, we better get our procurement, uh,
Mhm.
put our procurement hat on, our
Right.
certification hat on. Are we in the type of businesses where we can go after government contracts? And if we are, we need to talk to Norcal PTAC,
Right. Exactly.
which is
Yeah.
one of my favorite organizations. My will tell you that I refer you all a lot. Um, you do great work. You have amazing specialists that can take businesses and help them. So with that, tell me a little bit more about this work that you do at Norcal PTAC.
Right. And I think this is the perfect time. We talk about COVID and, resiliency. Um, if you're sitting around wondering what the next step is, trying to, reinvent yourself in your profession or in your entrepreneurial spirit, now's a good time to look into government contracting. Is it something that you can do in the future? We have a lot of information on our site, of course. And we can put that up, I think. And just take the time and is what I have something that the government buys? Um, and if so, what's the way forward for me to get into that? You may be losing revenue stream just because of COVID. What's another way that I can, um, put myself forward, try to find other ways of, um, searching for opportunities to, help the government in their services or the products that they need. The government buys so much in services and products, and they have goals of small businesses, woman-owned small businesses, hubs-owned businesses. I've been spending a lot of time with women-owned business because they have a new certification program out for women-owned small businesses, and it's just been a great outpouring of women, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to get into other revenue streams going forward, and just it's just been wonderful. I've done several programs like this, talking about the woman-owned small business certification, and sitting on a couple other panels, just to get the word out. Go ahead and explore that. I mean, you have the time right now, with being locked down. Go take a look at our website, and I see it's up on the chat now. There's tons of information out there about getting into contracting. I always say to start, local, school districts, city governments, county governments, work your way up to the state. And then at the same time, keep your eye on the federal side, if there's something that matches what you do out there. It is a lot of work. I'm not going to say that it's easy. It's a lot of work to get out there, find your niche in the government, find those opportunities that you can put in for. Nothing's guaranteed, but it's another way to help grow your business, and just to do something while this is, we're all in the lockdown, but the government still has to function. The government still needs services. It still needs products. And so we just have to keep pushing forward. Um, we're always going to be buying. I don't know what the election's going to, what's going to come forward with that, but the government's always buying. So it shouldn't slow down. It'll probably increase, after January. They're going to start spending money. Sometimes in election year, they hold back on spending money just until the election results are out. And then they'll start spending. So again, just, take a look at our website. Go in there. There's, how to get started in government contracting. It talks all about our services. And again, it seems like everyone on here is in the Norcal PTAC area. I don't know where everybody's from, but we do the San Francisco Bay Area, all that entire area, and then up the coast to California. That's our area. If you happen to not be in that area, you can always look up, find a PTAC, and put in your zip code and find the one that's closest to you. All our services are free. We're a nonprofit. And so we get funded by the Defense Logistics Agency, who is trying to bring small business into government contracting. So, that's our main goal. And I love working with a small business. I think this was where I'm supposed to be. It just happened. I resigned from my my federal job just because it was getting to be too much, and this just happened to fall in my lap, and I love it. I think this is probably the most fulfilling job that I've ever had. I love working with the women-owned small businesses. I just love their enthusiasm, and it's just kind of a culmination of this year of women being empowered, to take on, becoming entrepreneurs, making their own businesses, and going forward. So I think it's been a really great year, even though COVID. It's been a great year for women, and hopefully we'll push on forward and getting into more business and more into government contracting.
Right. So repeat some of the you gave us a lot of nuggets too.
Yeah.
So we should look at our school board, our local government, school districts, government, city governments, and look to see what type of contracting opportunities that they have.
Right.
So it could be anything. It could be professional coaching. It could be landscaping. I'm trying to think, what else have I seen?
Yeah.
I'm just drawing a blank because I look at so many different websites, but it could be any number of services. But are we waiting? But that could be kind of frustrating. You're always looking, you never see your service, the service small business that you have. Is there a one place that we could look where we're always, if we're a landscaper, we're getting landscaper opportunities to our inbox?
Right. And that's why I say to, go look at Norcal PTAC, look at all the services we provide. We do have a bid matching service where it goes out and we put your keywords in, your business type in. It goes out and searches all the opportunities that are out there for federal, state, local, and those come right to your inbox. And then when you see something, when I'm first starting out with a client, I'm like, as soon as you see something you want, just let me know. We go and look at it. We go over it because they don't know how to read, because the government is really hard to read some of their items. So, I work with them, one-on-one through the whole process until, they start getting on their feet and starting realizing, okay, I can read this when I understand what they want. So it's just a building process. If you've never worked in government contracting before, highly recommend working with a PTAC counselor to get you going on that. And then, and then we do talk about capability statements, a lot of the things that some of the folks talked about earlier, that, doing your pitch, doing your elevator speech, getting your capability statement together to, to present yourself professionally.
We one minute of what a capability statement is. Someone just asked me that.
Okay. Yeah. A capability statement is usually a 1 or 2 page. It tells all about your business, your capabilities, your differentiators. It just tells your business. It's like a resume for your business. And we use these, of course, and outside of the pandemic, when you go to shows to present yourself to government representatives, it has all of your government information on there. It tells what you do. And, it's just a presentation that you can leave behind to those government officials, or even, some of the shows they even have, the Public Utilities Commission, PG&E, a lot of the major contractors, in California, because they have to subcontract. California has their small business goaling and their veteran-owned business goaling that they have to meet. So prime contractors have to subcontract, and that's another good way of getting into government contractors, through subcontracts when you're small. So to get your name out there as being available to subcontract is really, is really good too. So, these are the things that we can help you with in Norcal PTAC. But the first thing is decide. So, check out the website and decide, is government contracting right for you? We have a whole page on that, kind of a little checklist of, is government contracting right for me? And even if you're on the fence about it, just go ahead and sign up for counseling. It doesn't cost you anything. And, we're happy to go over everything with you to decide if it's right for you.
I love that. And what I'm going to do, I'm on the website now, and I want everyone to go to this website. And let me give also another pitch for Norcal. Not only do I refer Norcal PTAC, but Norcal PTAC helped me get my first state contract. So my business is marketing and outreach, and but we also have a technical infrastructure where we can build applications. And so the first contract we got was with the state of California, the Department of Insurance. And I got that RFP and I was overwhelmed. So with you all's help, there was some things that I was able to do and to get this contract. One, I drafted a response. B, through the Freedom of Information Act, I was able to get the last winning contract. So I was able to say, oh, this is how much they did, this is, and I realized that they got the last few contracts. So I was able to see how much, and I said, can I go lower? And so I did. I went, a little bit lower, and still, I'm a good writer, but sent the RFP. you guys, Christina Jones.
Yeah.
Went over my contract. I submitted it and made sure it was responsive and perfect. And I won that contract, and I won it 2 or 3 years in a row. And that got me started. And I could not have done that. You all become almost a part of our business team, of our business development team. And how much do you cost?
$0. Nothing. Please go to our website, check it out. Go ahead and sign up for the counseling. And I just want to make one, we do the contracting side when we have our sister service that I call them, the Small Business Development Center, that does the business side. So, if you're just starting out and you don't totally have, your business plan, or where your funding's coming from, or anything that's business related, how to hire employees, that type of thing, please check out the Small Business Development, and we can work hand in hand with them. We do that a lot. They refer clients to us all the time, people who have got their business plan, has their financing in order, and is ready to go forward into contracting. We can work together with them. So if you have anything on the business side, like you need some finances, if you've never done a business plan, you really need a business plan, that specifies you're going to go into government contracting. So please, if you have the business side that you still need help with, I highly recommend the SBDC. I'm going to find their.
Awesome. Yeah, please do that. And and I know this podcast extends outside of Solano County, but if you're in Solano County, Solano Small Business Development Center is an amazing resource, but they all are. I've I've talked to the small business development centers all throughout our Northern California, and they're all pretty spectacular. Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
pretty spectacular.
yeah, and I definitely recommend them. If maybe you've been working on your own for a little bit, having success, but if you want to get into, government contracting, and it's not even just for government contracting, they'll help you with anything small business development related. So I highly recommend them. And another organization I recommend, and I don't, I'm going to put this in here. Sorry, I'm multitasking.
Perfect.
So, and the other one I recommend is SCORE. I don't know if you've all have heard of SCORE.
We have, but give us a quick 1-2.
Okay, and it's the Society of Retired Executives, and so they have experience. They'll hook you up with a counselor on how to build and grow your business, and they're very good too. I know there's an East-based SCORE.
Right.
That's who I refer a lot of people to. So I mean, there's a lot of resources out there, and everything is free. A lot of times entrepreneurs and small businesses, they get bogged down in, with all these emails coming from .coms, wanting them to, pay $3,000 to do their SAM registration, or to do their woman-owned small business registration certification. We have all these free resources out there, so please use them, because money, when you're first starting out, money is just so, you need to keep all your money for your business, and not spend it on something that you can do on your own, with a little help from somebody. So please, SBDC, PTAC, SCORE, and there's a lot of women-owned, not women-owned, but women business organizations and commerce. So just seek those out if you're. I'm sure a lot of you are probably. I know you're all entrepreneurs, so you're probably all familiar with all the women-owned Chamber of Commerce and all of those resources. So I always think just don't please think that you're out there on your own. You just have to reach out and ask for help. Don't get frustrated, especially during this time, because there's always help out there for you.
Yes. No, this has been awesome. This has been great. Okay, so what I need you to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back Melinda and Brenda Knight. And of course, you say Brenda Knight, her full name, you never cut it into Brenda. Brenda Knight. And we're going to see if there are any questions from the audience. Hold on, let me get this. There we go. Hi, ladies. What did you think about each other's presentation?
It was awesome.
Fantastic.
It's something when you're the host and you feel fired up.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Definitely fired up after today.
We're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not alone. And if we gave you a lot of information, that's okay. You can replay this. You can find this podcast very easily and replay it. Just take a bite. Okay, let me just listen to this section. Let me just listen to pitches. Let me just be inspired by Brenda Knight and, about those steps for resiliency. Let me take on the bite side of certification and procurement. Just take it in bite-sized pieces. And what I'm doing is going through the chat. Let's see, Brenda Knight has a Mary Ellen Jones. Brenda Knight has a wealth of information and encouragement. COVID-19 will not keep us down. What you think about that?
Wonderful. Thank you, Mary Ellen, for your kind words.
See if you all have any questions. Thank you, Nanci Pigeon, for educating us on government contracting. Okay, then I see. Okay, so here's a quick question, and we're not going to hold you too much longer because I think we told y'all 30 minutes. So for each one of you, can you give us a 1 minute about who were your mentors or what motivated you? I'll go at once.
Okay, I'll start. What motivated me to be in the business that I'm in, as far as event planning? Everything I've ever done in life with all my jobs involved travel. And I always enjoyed traveling. And I wanted other people to enjoy travel. But I don't go outside the United States because it's quite difficult when you're in a wheelchair, on a walker, on a cane. So I wanted to keep it local to the United States, where, because I have an educational background, I'm able to continually educating people with the places that we go to. And over the years, everything has almost turned into a civil rights tour for me, because now I've been able to take them on civil rights tours of places that you might not say you wanted to go to on your own, but as a group, you enjoy doing it. So I guess I've been mentored and motivated simply by my past background in other jobs that I've had. And now I get a chance to enjoy it alone as owner, operator, CEO, and just planning and taking women to enjoy life.
Yes.
I can go.
Yes.
So I'm motivated when I started my business not knowing what I was going to do. And in my mind, there was a lot of fear. And yet when I sat still, I didn't know, but I kept going with my heart. I kept getting back stillness to stillness. So sometimes you might think we have so many people around us, and how am I going to sit still? There's chaos. You can actually still be still even with the chaos. It's just a matter of just closing your eyes or just taking a deep breath and just getting back still. What is the answer? What is the answer? So even though I had a lot of fear, I kept on asking, what is the answer? And I've been fortunate enough to meet my mentor out networking. She does the same thing that I do. And so you would think that we'd be competition, but she actually became a mentor of mine, a really good friend. And that's going out, not knowing what I was going to do, and just meeting the right people, following my heart, following it. What is the answer? What is the answer? And then the answer always comes.
The answer always comes.
Yeah, we just got to. Yeah, and sometimes it's through being patient with when our fears settle. It's like waiting for the fear and the worry to settle, and having that patience and allowing it to know that it'll settle, and then the answers come.
I love that. What about you, Nanci?
And I think I talked a little bit about this. What motivates me is my clients. And that's 100% true. I get up every day trying to figure out how I'm going to help somebody. If they're on my list for that day, I like to go in and explore and find out how I can help them. So my biggest motivator in getting up every day and doing this job are my clients and helping them. And I celebrate the wins with them. I love getting the wins. And I also, put the nose to the grindstone. If we lose something, okay, what can we do next? I think this was my calling. Like I said, I think this was my calling. I resigned, from the federal government, and I didn't have anything to go on, and this just fell in my lap. The notice for this job came out the same day I turned in my resignation. So I just knew sometimes you just have to follow that path that's out there for you. Everything is meant to be. And you just have to, go out there and figure it out and just follow the truth and the path and, just move forward on to what you should be doing. Those are my motivations.
I can't say too much about Norcal PTAC, but your boss, Christina Kunkel,
yes,
is a mentor of mine.
Yeah.
She's
awesome.
The cool thing about mentors, they don't even necessarily need to know that they're our mentors. We could just call them up and say, I'm following you. I love what you do. You inspire me, and ask your question, get to know them. But whenever you connect with someone you consider a mentor, whatever advice they give you, the big thing I do is I do it. I'm calling them. They're spending their time and their experience with me. I write it down and I do exactly what they tell me to do. And I tell you, and I think because of mentorship, I think that's one of the reasons why I have a successful business as well. So, oh my goodness, we did it. The Women's Entrepreneurship Virtual Forum. I think we did it. It was great. Oh, Melinda, how do people reach you?
I can put my name, my number in the chat and email.
Oh, perfect.
Thank
Perfect,
you.
perfect. And Brenda, I see you're okay. I see your contact information. I'm going to share that. And do you want me to put your email address too?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
But during the COVID time, it's great to it'd be
you
great
want
to hear
to
people
call?
over the phone. I love talking with people, and so ask them to call me.
Okay.
I don't text much. I don't like the email too much. I like talking with people because I'm old school, and it's just so important to communicate with people. And they make mine, I make theirs.
Okay, I'm gonna have to adopt that a little bit more. I talk so much that don't call me, email me, text me. I get to a point where I don't want to talk anymore. Awesome. And then Nanci, I've already put in
Right.
to get to you, you have to go through.
You have to go through. Yeah, you have to go through and sign up as a client.
Okay, and can people pick you as their counselor?
Yeah. When they fill out the application, if they could just put somewhere in one of the blocks that they'd like to work with Nanci Pigeon, or and on the website they can go look at all of us team members, anyone who's a procurement specialist you can work with. So if you read through some of the bios and you feel like you would rather work, you would like to work with someone because they match, your profile or where you want to go, that's perfectly fine. You can just put, there's a lot of blocks to fill out, so just put in one that I'd like to work with, Nanci Pigeon or Christina Jones or someone like that. So, and that should go through.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's tell everybody goodbye. This has been fun. This has been fun. I'm so excited.
Yes,
very fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.